lawyer over here, yeah.
Yeah. I shall change to a lawyer. But most lawyers,
Most lawyers.
not all.
Some
Yeah. Well,
I think it is the hospital too. I got another appointment to get my carpal tunnel. I had to get a hold of a surgeon, of course, and I got an appointment, and then I found out they just wanted to look at it again. No, I wanted it cut out of there, whatever it is.
Did you have surgery on it?
Huh?
Did you have surgery on your carpal tunnel?
No.
Oh, I did.
did it work?
Yeah, well, it was after I fell and broke my hand,
Oh.
and then I had these constant pains,
Mhm.
and they finally determined, well, that's
Oh,
carpal
I didn't get
tunnel,
much
so I
sleep
had
last
surgery.
night because my hand was throbbing.
Yeah,
I can't put it down, I put it up. Nothing seems to help.
did they have a test, your nerve test up your arm? Or your arm's jumping off?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then Dr. Reagan,
Did it make you
Yeah.
stop your stuff?
Oh, my word, that's
yeah,
the
he put
worst
that cattle
test.
prod on me and started poking away.
Yes. Oh, my,
Well, he
isn't that
guides your hand,
horrible?
he guides your hand, you hit yourself in it.
Bam, you, bam, oh,
I
damn.
said, I think you're enjoying this. He said, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot of
That's
fun.
fun to watch.
You love getting jolted with a paddle prod, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So is that from all your mechanics or whatever you think? Cause usually it's for people, like people
With
that
the-
cut
Yeah,
hair and whatnot, they
People
want
run the keyboard all the
Yeah,
time.
keyboard
type
like
writing.
Spend your life on the keyboard, and it does it.
It'll do it.
And then the other one, and I learned this because these two fingers are numb,
Yeah.
and they're saying I need to go do something about it, and I've just been ignoring them. But it's from
Repetitive
the,
motion.
well, but also the torque you put on it, that it's very common in folks that are working with their hands and doing a lot of wrenching or work on machinery, kind of like a rancher working on your machines, because the torque you're putting on it when you're turning things, and it's this motion that, you know, that
Well,
causes.
so far it's on
problem.
my right hand, but apparently I use my right hand a lot.
See, even making that motion, I moved things around a little bit, and all of a sudden my finger got cold.
Yep.
Now we're just back to numb.
My hand's cold all the time.
But I
Temperature different all the time.
I told Cheryl, I said, and I said, I got an appointment, and I said, I assume that's for the surgery, right? No, they just want to look at it again.
They wanna determine that you actually
And
have
then
a
I'll make a
problem,
point
then
for surgery.
schedule surgery.
Somewhere down the line.
They're just being careful.
They don't wanna cut on you unless they have to.
That's right. We wanna make
I
sure
already do
you.
it myself.
They don't wanna, you have to actually come in and wheel you down to surgery the same day, yeah, that's true.
There's nothing to it, is there? You've done it.
Huh?
There's not much to it.
Oh, it's,
No,
well, I've
it
heard it's
was
the
the
most
same day
painful surgery you
operation.
can get.
So what they did, Mike, they did a carpal tunnel and they fixed an arthritic thumb and they did a ligament from here to here to fix my thumb,
Right.
and did a carpal tunnel to help with the numbness and the pain and the tingling I was had. So I'd had all that done in one day.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm waking up from surgery with huge.
Well, they
jerk in
actually
my hand.
tunnel in there?
Huh?
So can I get my drill and just drill?
Drilling
Well,
your
you could,
tunnel.
but,
Yeah, you could, but
you don't wanna wrap that nerve around that drill.
You don't.
no, you don't. 'Cause the
Yeah,
nerve
that's
is
the only
on
risk
side
you're
of the
really
hair.
That nerve, it runs all the way up
Or you
here.
don't wanna hit a main vein either.
Yeah, you don't want to hit a vein, and the nerve is probably the size of the end of that pen,
Yeah.
so you don't want to nick your nerve, then you wouldn't be able to use your hand.
Well, I guess I better
They-
not do
You
that.
better go to the
Yeah,
doctor.
they generally frown when you even do the most minor medical procedures. I mean, my doctor thought I was nuts. I had to get something removed from my back. You gotta come back in 10 days to get the stitches removed. I said, well, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Why not? I'm at a hunting camp. Well, is there a doctor around there you can go to? No, I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I
Well,
said,
I
don't
gotta-
worry, they're just stitches. I'll just, I'll have my buddy take them out. Oh, no. Well, what? We'll
Scissors
boil-
and tweezers, I
Yeah,
mean, come
no,
on.
we'll boil the instruments, wipe the whole thing down with rubbing alcohol or bourbon,
Something
and,
alcohol.
And
you
There'll be
know.
alcohol, don't worry.
And I mean, my buddy thought I was crazy for doing that, even out there. And the doctor was like, well, I don't know if that's a good idea. I'm like, what are you gonna do? You're just gonna go through, you're gonna cut them, right? Grab a pair of hemostats, pull them out?
Right?
Well, yeah, I said, well, you can do that.
Yeah.
You just need a pair of scissors and tweezers and a little alcohol. Pull
Well, it
out
might
so
hurt.
much.
Well, it's not gonna hurt as bad as missing hunting camp.
Did you pull them out of hunting camp?
I've
You betcha.
removed a
All
lot
right
of-
then, you're still alive.
I've removed a lot of stitches over the years.
Oh, yeah.
I never go back.
Yeah, the stitches normally don't hurt when they come out, when you take them out.
But you know what they did, Mike, during my surgery on my hand, I thought, so I'm waking up, and
Okay.
the nurse is standing over, she says, you all right? I said, I'm fine. I'm watching you, because I'm giving you fentanyl. Good. But I'm watching you, a little bit at a time, and then I'm gonna stop. So you're all right? I'm fine. You all right? I'm fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so what the doctor did, I said, man, this is gonna hurt. They rebuilt they took a bone out of my thumb. They took this bone out.
Pretty painful.
Gosh, it's gonna hurt like I'm laying there, this is gonna hurt so bad, I'm gonna have to take painkillers, it's gonna hurt, I'm gonna lay awake. Oh my God, it's gonna hurt so bad. He injected a long-lasting painkiller into this whole hand.
Yeah.
I never had any pain.
Wow.
Never had any pain. I never had to take painkillers. Well, I did, because I had them.
Could you, when they were done, could you play the piano?
Huh? I took them.
Could
I
you
still
play
have a
the,
few in
could you
case.
play the piano though?
I never played before, so.
That's what I thought.
I don't know. I had to
It was
get,
crazy.
I had to get scoped. They wanted to look at my stomach, right? So they scoped, yeah.
Yeah.
And and things that, I'm sure nurses don't expect to hear, right? And responses. But she's like, okay, well, we're gonna kind of knock you out for this thing, and so what we're gonna use some Dilaudid. And I'm like,
Oh.
ooh, Dilaudid, huh? The good stuff. And she goes, you know what that is? I'm a prosecutor. Of course I know what that is. People are trying to get their hands on that kind of stuff all the time. They must be trying to get their hands on it because it's a heck of a good time. She's like, oh, it's gonna throw you for a loop. I don't think I've ever had anybody react like, ooh, you're gonna give me Dilaudid.
Ooh, I love it.
I'm ready.
Yeah. And it took me for quite a trip. I don't really remember any of it. I remember when it started taking effect, and I was sitting there, and I was feeling pretty groovy there for a minute before I went into the land of Nod.
You ever have nitrous oxide?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just
Working on
kind
it.
of. Ah. The dental procedure. I never had that before.
No, I was in grade school, I was sledding, and I hit a tree, and I sprained my wrist. I didn't break it, but I sprained it really bad. I don't know, I went to Dr. Davis, and he read it all, and said, you just have a bad sprain. And he said, I looked down, and I said, will I be able to play the piano? And he said, well, you can do anything you did before. Well, I said, I never could before, I just want to know.
Is that gonna help me out? Yeah.
Will that help?
He said, you idiot.
You idiot.
Can I play the piano?
Will that
Do
help
you
you
want
sleep?
now?
Oh, sure.
He was a good old boy, that Dr. Davis.
Was he local?
Oh, Doc-
Yeah,
Doc
forever,
Davis.
for 40 years he was here.
Was he one that made house calls?
He did occasionally.
We had a doctor in town that would make house calls,
Yeah.
yeah. I remember him.
Yeah, I think he delivered all his kids.
The doctor that delivered me as a baby actually delivered had a daughter who became a doctor, and she delivered one of my babies.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was wonderful.
Dr. Davis was a pilot too, so he taught.
Oh, there you go.
I rented his hangar up at the airport after he left. And he was, yeah, he went down to Arizona, retired, and bought a DC-3, him and a couple other guys. And flew that DC-3 all over the United States,
No fun.
just for fun. Imagine that. He's the one that donated the stats out here, these kids on that bench.
Oh,
He donated that
I'll be doing it.
to the county.
Fun.
There's no sign or nothing, nothing's in that.
Kinda nice.
Yeah, he was here forever. Now you don't know who you get.
Whoever's on call.
Who do you want to call?
I don't know, the doctor I went in to see, and this is happening with an alarming regularity now, where I go in and I'm meeting with the doctor going, man, you're way younger than I am. You know?
You're a
I mean,
child.
I'm used to doctors at least being my age or older, but, I mean, I went in and was this young fella going, I don't know how old you are, but you're 30 if
Did
you're
you
a gay.
graduate high school yet?
Yeah, I don't know, I had a surgeon work on me. And, I mean, he just takes really good care of himself. He's gotta be in his mid to late 30s, but looks like he's 12.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
I mean, cause I remember meeting with him just thinking,
yeah. Can I
is
see?
he old enough to be a doctor, man?
Let me
Like,
see some
Was that-
identification.
Was that here?
no, that was an anaconda. The guy
It
that
was
was, I
on
was
here,
working with here
though.
was fairly
I
young.
remember
He's
his
fairly
name.
young.
They've got some good doctors
Yeah.
here though, they honestly do.
You know, they do, and I mean, one of the, you know, talking to medical professionals, you want the young doctor, cause they're up
They
on
know
all the latest
everything.
stuff,
That's
cause
right.
they just went through medical school.
Right.
So I don't mind having a young doctor, but that doc, I mean, that he did the surgery on my shoulder. I remember looking at him thinking, man, did your mom have to drive you to work today or what?
Do you have a driver's license yet?
But I mean, he did a good job, and before he moved to Anaconda,
Yeah.
he was making a living, I can't remember what city he was in, it might have been
Right.
Phoenix, but he was working on, professional athletes,
Oh, really?
rebuilding their joints.
Nice.
And he just moved to Anaconda for a slower pace of life, thought it'd be a good place to raise his kids. And,
That's good.
you know,
Yeah, you never know. Of course, they all look young anymore.
I haven't gotten quite
Those
to
high
that
school
point.
kids look like grade schoolers to me.
They did. Fred, they were young looking.
Some of them were
things.
seniors.
Do you guys have any pressing business going on this morning?
Apparently not.
Don't.
Okay.
Gotta wait.
I've got some document production that I need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you fellas don't mind, I'm gonna step out and I'll check back on you later. So we're having folks come in at 2 o'clock. They're gonna wanna talk to you.
1 o'clock.
Yeah, 1 o'clock is the one
Okay.
they're concerned with.
Marshall County on Aging Board is coming
Okay.
in.
I will be back up here at 1 o'clock then, for that one, so I can hear what's going on. But in the meantime, I do need to produce some paper downstairs.
Never ends.
You know, it never does. And one thing attorneys are good at is we produce paper.
Good, good job. You're doing a good job.
You know, I like to, I like it when folks try and get into a paper war with me, cause, I mean, I win paper war.
Yeah.
You know, somebody can't file enough to keep ahead of me.
Yeah. Government people,
Yeah.
bankers, they're also a paper people.
They,
Oh, shucks.
Except we're starting to go digital, which
It's creepy.
I like hold it in my hand.
Me too.
But we're going digital with the district court.
Mm.
And we're doing training on that, is it next week or the week after? I don't know, it's coming up. But, so they're gonna have an hour and a half course where they teach me and my ladies downstairs how to electronically file things.
I'll be darned.
And my ladies are kind of going, wow, I don't, and I'm going, well, you guys need to learn how to do it, cause I'm not gonna be able to figure it out. And,
So
You're gonna have
if it's
to.
elect,
yeah, we don't have to do it.
if it's electronically filed, will it be available to the public?
oh yeah, absolutely, at the touch of a button.
That's unfortunate, because I am always for lobbying for people that don't have computers, and not everybody in this part of the world, Montana,
Mhm.
has computers,
And has access.
and has access to, I mean, you
Well,
can get
they-
access to one, but
They
it's
can
sometimes
still go
hard.
in and get it the old fashioned way too, going,
Go into the courthouse.
yeah, 5 cents a page, have
They
it
go
printed
to the
out for you.
library and use their computer.
But not
I know.
everybody has a cell phone, Not everybody has a computer.
That's
It's
right.
still that way in Montana. And in Wyoming.
Not everybody has
And-
indoor plumbing either.
Huh?
Not everybody has indoor plumbing.
That's right. Not everybody. Come
My
on,
wife
people.
never had a flush toilet, so she married me. I think that's why she married me.
You're in that.
Moving up in the world.
Oh, shucks.
She lived in a house without plumbing.
You're in that.
Never mind.
Your
My
wife.
dad dug a tub out and they went out and pumped the water and he took a bath once a year whether he needed it or not.
I don't know. I keep running into your wife at the grocery store. I seem to run into her at the grocery store about once every 2 weeks.
She's there much too much.
And she's an absolute hoot. I think she was in there. What was she doing? She was putting stuff together. She was getting food ready for a funeral or something.
Probably funeral.
Yeah. And Rita starts going, well, did Mike give you that thing about the bridge? That story about the bridge?
No.
No. Well, I'll make sure he does it.
That's why she shoved it on me.
Yep.
Well,
She's sweetie though.
All right, gentlemen, I'm gonna go downstairs and produce some papers.
all right.
All
See you
right.
later.
Oh. Ooh, I shouldn't be this ready to do anything.
Mike, did you ever hear anything from Republic? They ever call you back or not?
No,
Okay.
no, I'd have gotten a hold of you if I hadn't. But at least we have got some good information to share with them on next Tuesday, so
Yeah.
that'll be
Yeah,
good.
that's what I thought. It's on the agenda.
I have seen the trucks going up and down the road, so
I
at
have
least there's
too.
something moving there.
So that's good.
I'm glad we went.
Yeah, I am too.
That was the best thing we did.
Well, yeah, you put a face on those people.
And we asked them, did you tell them, Mike, what we asked them? We're like, why is that guy sitting there?
We asked him about the employee that we're paying $96,000 a year for.
He
"I
said,
don't
well,
think
why
we
is he
can
there?
have
We're like, we wanna
And
know.
how do you get that job?
Well, we asked him, why is he there? He says, well, I don't know, why is he there? We're like, well, we'd love to know.
Yes.
Well, do you have a,
What's
when
his
the
job
guys say,
description?
don't you have a scale? We're like,
No.
no, then why is he there?
They can
You
find
just
out.
might have saved yourself some money.
And what started it is when we talked to him about this Republic employee who jumped in a skid steer and turned it sideways and it fell into the damn
Yeah,
dumpster.
yeah. Yeah. He's like, he did what? Gave him the bill that they're supposed to pay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bill.
Because
We'll pay it.
Yeah.
Oy vey.
Probably wasn't trained to run it, huh?
He's not supposed to, and then, but Terry says he is.
Did you go and see Barb?
I did, and she said it was moving money into a trust fund
For her trust fund? or-
for her trust fund so that they're dealing electronically.
Ah, well, that's what I was just thinking.
Um,
Ben just said they're training to do everything electronic.
So, but I did wanna make sure that cash didn't come from like the general fund or something.
Yeah, that's what I was
The
thinking.
code suggested that it didn't, but I'm gonna look it up just for kicks. But, yeah, cause that's the only thing that I would object to is, well, wait a minute, you can't take cash from the general fund. But I'm not even implying they did that, that is not what happened. It came from, it was a claim against the agency district trust fund,
Yeah.
which is a 7,000 funding code, which we have no control over. We're responsible, but we have no authority or control.
Doesn't the state fund that office?
Yeah, so the actual revenue for that, somehow in Black Mountain, somebody else enters
Yeah,
that
it
stuff.
comes from the state.
But I didn't check to see if it had enough money for that in it, but it doesn't matter, it would be in the red, it would be
Somebody
their
will tell,
problem.
somebody will tell
It'll
you.
be their problem, it's just,
Yeah.
all we care is they don't transfer money from one of our codes to there, and they didn't.
I was concerned that said make the check to Barb Howard.
She said she heard Darcy talk about, we signed that, they didn't think we'd sign it.
You know?
And I
Well, I
said,
sure thought about it.
I said, well, we trust you, Barb, and I said, and I saw the codes.
Well, we're
but-
not gonna trust her anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
End of that.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And she's on her way to the Kamena Islands right now.
Who, Barb?
Yeah.
She can take more than 100,000.
Yeah, it's not a good
She
year.
might get a trip down there.
Or maybe it's seed money for a grant that'll allow her to, you know. Yeah,
Well, Morris and Early, see, they must be related to Ron. I'm waiting for him to call me back. Did you see, you've probably seen that history on the old bridge.
a little bit. Oh, you mean you're talking to,
I was trying to, she's ignoring me.
yeah, well, Norma,
I was just saying, have you seen that history on that bridge that we took out?
No.
It's right there.
Listen to the paper?
Wilma looked at it.
Oh.
That's the bridge down there at the Godfrey Road.
Oh,
you know,
Godfrey Road,
the
yeah.
Adelphia Bridge, oh, it's not the Adelphia Bridge, it's the Godfrey Bridge.
Dearborn River High Bridge.
It's got quite a history.
My Oakley Bridge. Perhaps now, perhaps if only one remains, well, no more, right?
No more.
It's gone.
They closed it in 2003. But in that time, it was supposedly the oldest wooden suspension bridge in the county.
Yeah.
Still in use. Well, it's not used. And the damn county broke it, so they-
Can I copy this? I'm
You
gonna copy it
bet.
for the museum.
you bet. Wilma always looked that all up.
Yeah, she's good, she loves that stuff. Is the new bridge open?
So I was in
No,
Not yet.
not yet.
Do you know when it's gonna be open?
May.
It's gonna be about May. If they get it, they've got two things they've gotta do yet, and one of them is they've gotta put the tug and groove on it. Which they gotta have a machine to do that, cause it's concrete. And then the others, they gotta put the pavement on it. And the pavement, they don't just show up one day, they gotta put it in to put in a 3-inch level, a 2-inch level, and then another 3-inch
It's
level.
gotta be a lot
It's
warmer.
gotta be a-
because the-
Yeah, it's gotta be
A certain temperature.
3 days of 45 degrees at night.
That's gonna be a while.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's paying for the bridge? Is it the county or the state or federal? Or-
State.
Well, it's federal,
Well,
goes through the state DOT and to that bridge.
Okay.
So it's really federal money, but the state, $5 million. Crazy.
yeah, it's incredible.
Well, of course, everything is and going higher, higher as you're saying.
They can figure this out. Apparently they can't.
I don't think, it's just crazy, isn't
See,
it?
this is what I said. No mail.
It's just crazy. It's like how we wrestled with this thing for, you know, we couldn't have a virtual meeting because of technology.
Oh, so that bridge was somewhere else, huh?
Well, they built it originally south of Round before the railroad was even in. There was no railroad.
Shifted downriver on railroad cars to
Yeah.
Delphi. And Goffney.
I can't quite understand how Grandpa got that bid, because I didn't think he was in the state that year. But Wilburn would know.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna copy it and take it to her.
He
She
must have
loves
been
it.
around, he had a sawmill.
that Delphi, and then is that where that road goes down, right there,
It's right there by the old railroad bridge, it's right there.
right there, okay.
That's when we always move the cattle through there, when we would bring the cattle from the south. Across the river there,
Low spot,
and go to the main ranch.
okay.
Hey there, Ron, good morning, this is Mike Turley. Say when you get a chance, if you would, give us a call, we're here, at our commissioner meeting, and we got some questions for you. All right, hope to hear from you.
Interesting. Keep that friendly.
Is Jennifer Evans, is that, Troy's, is that his wife?
No,
Her name's Koala or something.
Koala.
It's a
Oh,
interesting, yeah, she seems like a really nice person.
yeah, I think I met her, and she was a good person.
oh yeah.
They're both artists, right?
Yes.
It's pretty incredible.
So Troy said he was Paul and Troy are walking down the street one day, and a guy walked by and he said, Troy, you're not qualified to walk with this person.
I see. You need to walk behind her.
Qualified.
A play on her
That's a pun,
Qualify.
yeah.
Speaking of Troy, just to share with you guys,
Yeah. Did he call you again?
no, well, then we talked about it already. He was disappointed in the sheriff's posting on
I know.
Facebook.
Oh, yeah, he's really upset. He spouted off at the city council.
Looking for a cause.
Oh, okay, so he got it out. He got his,
He goes to every city council meeting, and they just roll their eyes when he starts talking.
well, and I just had to tell him, I said,
He had-
I said,
always has valid
honestly,
concerns.
we're not gonna get, there's nothing we can do about it. He's an elected official, you know,
Yeah.
it may not have been the best judgment, but he really felt like people were picking on his force and,
Yeah,
you know,
he shouldn't have said what he said, but he did. and
yeah.
Oh, well. He is not up for going for reelection, so I think he just said, oh, well. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say.